Time for our monthly deep dive into underground metal. Alright, we're kicking things off with Karabiner and Unbeaten out of Ukraine. Like the drums and the triumphant guitar intro so far. Some old school thrash. Let's get in the first track here. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That's how you kick off a thrash song right there. Solid riffs. Ooh, we got the kind of more blackened vocals too. Yeah, definitely more from that kind of German school of thrash metal. Yeah. All around solid. Like, I don't know what to say. Killer guitar work. Both the rhythm and the leads. Looks like it's just a trio, too. Young looking guys. Let's check out Thrash Shooter. I might have to add this to my thrash list. Not just that speed of the guitars, that's what it's all about for me. If I'm listening to thrash, I want it to go fast and hard. Sneaking in some little melodies there. This is their third album, apparently. Yeah, this is a banger. This is a banger. I'm definitely going to add this to my consideration list for when I do my end-of-year thrash stuff. Really solid. Yeah, that is Karabiner kicking things off on a high note with Unbeaten. All right, next up we have Diabolical Deformity with Daemonium Regnum. It's out of Mexico. Cool artwork. Listen to that bass. Got some kind of technical death metal here. Yeah, progressive technical. Production's a little rough. Probably use a little bit of work. But again, like, that gives it a little bit of a raw edge too. Gnarly vocals too. But the guitar work here kind of reminds me of Atheist. A little bit of Atheist in there. That bass too. That bass is like right in your ear. It's doing some crazy stuff. We got some subtle synth atmosphere on here. Got the drumming too. Performance-wise, this is fantastic. I just think you could tweak the mix a bit to really capture everything. But honestly, the performances I'm hearing here are so good I could potentially look past it. Like, this is some next level insanity. Yeah, a little bit of that like gore guts and artificial brain kind of energy too. But a bit more brutal and aggressive than either of those. Also compare the music to an extent to like Sadus. I like these little synth elements too. It's a very interesting combination of a lot of different stuff. Yeah, sounds pretty rad. be interested to check out more of this. That is, again, Diabolical Deformity with Daemonium Regnum. Next up, we have the Visceral Madness Condition with Ambascia out of Italy. Going on a world tour today. This guy looks like kind of like Claudio from Coheed. What do we got here? Sludge Doom Metal. Very classic sounding. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Not above some D-beat madness here. Very punky for that part. Varying up the speed here. Okay, here's more of what I was kind of like expecting when that intro started. They tricked me. They defied my expectations, but in a good way. Fun riff here. Lots of attitude. Yeah, nice bluesy, just kind of naughty sounding stuff. I dig it. I can get down with this. Yeah, good hooks, like stuff that'll definitely worm its way into your brain. Got some more melodic elements here too. Seems like a fun live band too. But yeah, cool stuff. That is the Visceral Madness Condition with Ambascia. Then we have Adrien, Gonzales, and Spleen with Chaotic Symbiosis. Just a single here. Adrien, a musician out of France. Getting genty here. Deathcore metal, metalcore, new deathcore. Again, as always, just want to give you a taste so that you can go check it out for yourself on their page. Kind of Darko energy a little bit on here. Great vocals. Sounding quite good. Just fun rhythmic riffs, electronic elements. Yeah, this sounds very Darko here, and I'm all about that. Darko, easily my favorite deathcore project right now. Same wavelength. Yeah, that sounds rad. Adrien, whenever you got more, send it my way, because that sounds right up my alley. But yeah, go check them out. Adrien, Gonzales, and Spleen with Chaotic Symbiosis. We have the return of Hangmans Park with the Concrescence out of South Bend, Washington. Not horribly far from where I'm at. Recall they promised me that their production had been kind of stepped up on this one. Kind of interesting cover here. Like this kind of technical performance here. A little Voivod energy right there. Yeah, it sounded pretty clean. Yeah, this is an interesting mix. It's like Voivod guitars, but with a more death metal vocal performance. I like those big pounding drums too. Got a guest spot on the second track here. You got a crazy guitar player, though. That was fun, kind of transition there. Oh, listen to those toms, too. That sounds fun. I do remember covering 11. Good dynamics on these tracks, too. Some solid ups and downs. Well, that's fun. I like that. I like that. Syncopated vocals. Yeah, good stuff. Just 3 tracks, but done well. I like what I'm hearing. There's some cool bass work on this one too. Yeah, it does. It definitely feels like a pretty significant step up. Nice little woo, rock and roll in there. Yeah, solid step up from what I remember last time. So yeah, go check out Hangmans Park with the Concrescence. Then we have Ufoufoufo with the Inclementine EP. I feel like I've covered this already, because this cover like is unmistakable. It looks so familiar, but maybe I'm wrong. It's out of California, one of our more experimental projects. Chaotic hardcore math rock on here. This is interesting. The vocals are so up front, and the guitars are so in the back. Some weird, like, discordant guitar here. Almost thought that was piano for a second. It's an interesting effect, but I do feel like the guitar could still be a little bit more up front. Oh, wow. Here's the mathcore. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of like weird MySpace core era stuff. Weird little spooky break here. Yeah, this is about as like underground mathcore as it gets. I feel like my brain is breaking.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Which is exactly what I feel like most mathcore musicians want to hear as a reaction from listeners. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think, again, the only thing kind of keeping me a little bit at bay is the choices in production just make it something that I don't, like, see myself, like, revisiting a lot. Compositionally, I kind of like it. Like, it reminds me a little bit of something like The Song That Ends Creation.
And now, on with the show.
It's definitely interesting. It's definitely different. So yeah, check out Ufoufoufo with Inclementine EP. Alright, we've got Beneath Purgatory with the Martyr Approach out of Massachusetts. Got here 3-piece black metal, Worcester. Concept albums in the tags too. A little bit more hardcore, I would say, than just black metal. Yeah, compositionally, this feels more like a hardcore performance, but those black metal elements coming through too. I think early criticism, the drum sounds could maybe use some work, but again, like if you are tying in that kind of like classic black metal era sound. That's what their drums sounded like, largely. Yeah, it just sounds a little... I don't know. It's a little, like, muffled, maybe? It's an interesting union you've got here, though. Like, I'm hearing elements of hardcore, post-hardcore, black metal. Yeah, like, this intro is, like, pure, just 90s black metal. Very dissection-y. But then you come in with some of these... The vocals in particular, much more hardcore. Okay, drum sounds maybe kind of growing on me, so now I don't know. I'm a sucker for that pingy snare tone. Yeah, a little bit more vocal dynamics would be nice, too. Because it's kind of just like, ba 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 ba, like beating it over the head. Like blowing out your vocal cords. Yeah, this is a very like hardcore breakdown, and like a metalcore breakdown. Something I'd expect in like a Poison the Well song. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely different. By the time this video goes up, this full album will be probably up. So yeah, go check out Beneath Purgatory with the Martyr approach. Then we got Pendrak with Self-Titled, also out of France. Grinding Violence from Paris. DIY Dudos. Chuggy. Lovely album art too. Got our very traditional grindcore run times here too. Work more, earn less. Great title. Feeling that right now. that's what these job interviews feel like sometimes. Hopefully, though, by the time this video goes up, I should have a new job. That is the plan. But we'll see. And hopefully, it will not be work more, earn less. Human Rewind. Drums sound great here. Like, they pop. The bass sounds good. Honestly, a lot of grindcore can really sound like shit. Like, they tend to be, like, the shittiest sounding albums on these segments, but this sounds great. Like, production is, like, perfect on this. Love those, like, brutal, deathy vocals, too. Those D beats are just crisp. And a lot of times the bass gets lost on a grindcore album, but I can hear it all. This sounds awesome. Yeah, speaking of bass, a little spotlight here too. Heavy Metal Skateboard Crew. Love these song titles. This is full package grindcore. I've got no feedback for you. I think the main thing, work on your marketing angle, which you're obviously doing a little bit right now, sending this to me, but figure out how to get your stuff out there. I think people are going to enjoy this, especially grindcore fans. There's a lot to dig into here. But yeah, I wouldn't change a thing really about the music or the production. I think you nailed it. So yeah, that is Pendrak with Self-Titled. Then we have Nospūn. Nospūn. I forget how to pronounce the little umlaut sometimes. With Opus, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Going progressive, it sounds like. We've got some symphonic elements here too, which is nice. Okay, we're going the more Dream Theater route, it sounds like. Clean vocals. Another one, production sounding pretty good. The Death of Simpson. I wonder if this is like a concept album. Ooh, that bass there. Oh yeah, this is very Dream Theater here. Hitting those notes too. I talk a lot about I get a lot of clean singers on here that are not particularly great. This is solid. Ooh, some piano. That sounds lovely. Very pretty. Ooh, a little fun synth there too. This is very periphery. This is just like brighten your day music right here. We all need some of that. It's almost like you infused pop punk energy into a progressive metal track. This track in particular sounds fantastic. These big, wailing, positive sounding guitars. Yeah, this sounds really good. Fantastic. What else we got here? Some moodier kind of interlude stuff, sounds like. Ooh, got some electronics here. Well, start-stop, that's fun. Ooh. Okay, back to very Dream Theater-y. Yeah, I'm always hit and miss with this style, but I'm gonna be spending some time with this album, for sure. Well, that's a very kind of periphery sounding riff, too. Good mix of, like, old and new here. But yeah, that is Nospūn with Opus. Alright, we've got Mélancolia with HissThroughRottenTeeth. Really like this cover. I feel like I've seen this artist before. It's an Australian project. Oh, they got the look. What do you think, deathcore or new metal? Oh, black metal, thrash metal. Let's see how this pans out. So far, it's got kind of that symphonic deathcore sound. A little bit, maybe. Yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah. Yeah, that more kind of epic, atmospheric style of deathcore. Oh, there's a little like xylophone in there. Always a fan of that. This year's been kind of light for deathcore that I really love. Last year there was tons of it, but this year there's been a thing here and there. The new Mental Cruelty is pretty solid. Brand of Sacrifice EP, of course, really good. But yeah, it's just been a little bit lighter. But this sounds good. Nothing like mind-blowing, but I appreciate these track runtimes too. Like, I see all these deathcore bands now trying to pull these like 7-minute runtimes, and most of them can't do it, in my opinion. They just can't maintain it. Like 3.5 minutes feels just right for just some really grimy, aggressive music. Solid atmosphere, productions, sounds good. If I'm nitpicking, maybe the bass kick could have a little bit more of a punch to it. Solid songwriting with these little dynamic moments. Ooh, that was a great scream too. Ah! Yeah, good stuff coming out of Australia. Yeah, I'm liking this. Really good stuff. So you want to check out some good deathcore this year, check out Mélancolia with HissThroughRottenTeeth. Alright, we got Kajdum's Tower with FATTYÚ Hexen of Hungary. And is this more of like an ambient one-man band? Dungeon synth. So a little rest here from the craziness. Not my favorite genre, but always a good palate cleanser. Now I've got some dungeon synth listeners in the audience. I like this picture. It's very like Lord of the Rings illustration. Very eerie. I don't know if it's all like that. I'll say this is good, like thinking music. Yeah, I really like this style of I wonder, I don't know if it's supposed to mimic kind of that, like, is it Greek or whatever, where they've got the cups where it's kind of like this, where it's like gold and black and it's etched? Or is it painted? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a historian. I listen to music and wear a fucking rubber mask. Yeah, sounds cool. Very organic. Definitely surrounds you. Production's like one of the higher qualities I've heard from one of these, just from what little I'm sampling. But yeah, nice little oasis between all the death and black metal and craziness. So yeah, if that's up your alley, check out Kajdum's Tower with FATTYÚ Hexen. Then we have Red Cain with Nameless out of Alberta. Powerfully melodic metal project with European roots, known for storytelling. This was a recommendation from Eric, friend of the channel. Has on and off done his own music, his own reviews. We've covered some of his stuff right here on this segment too, I think, it's been a while, but in the past. Great guitar work here. Cool cover. I feel like I know the name Red Cain, but I'm not super familiar with their music. Vocal's pretty powerful too. I'm not generally into this style of vocal, but solid performance goes a long way. It's just like, it's so dramatic, like sometimes it can feel not as genuine. An interesting little break here. We got some kind of djenty guitars too. Interesting mix of styles here. The guitars are the seller for me right now, though. Just totally cooking it up. Got some cool symphonic elements too, again. Ooh. Fun little synth. Another one, good dynamics, great songwriting. Great production. Sending me some top tier stuff today. Couple of things here I'll probably end up examining potentially for my best of June list. I like this. Sounds like some female vocals here. I don't know if that's in the credits. Yeah, it's like the deeper I get into this, the more layers I kind of uncover. I thought it was one thing, but there's a lot more going on here. I'm liking the all these different vocal styles coming together. It kind of like adds to the storytelling qualities. Reminds me of like something you hear on like a Devin Townsend album, or I don't know, a number of different like more conceptual projects. It's like I'm listening to like a musical. Yeah, really cool. So that's Red Cain with Nay Bliss. All right, we've got Moonreich, another very cool album cover here. Amer out of France. A couple of different French projects today. This cover is beautiful. Kind of another sort of like black and hardcore vibe. Yeah, they do have black and hardcore in the tags, so there you go. Well, very aggressive, bringing those blast beats. Founded in 2008. A good mix of styles here. Definitely stronger production on this one. France, of course, got some really strong black metal. I can't remember if I've covered a previous album from these guys. I may have. We got a little break here. Feels like maybe something that could even like also play alongside something like Gaia. This one leaning more into the black metal than the hardcore elements too, than that other project. Love this melodic section, yeah. Yeah, great atmosphere. Very powerful, dramatic sounding stuff. This big kind of melancholic, semi-mournful, but also kind of hopeful sounding leads. Yeah, this is the part that's very sort of Gaia to me. Man, so much good music, so little time. Like, seriously, it's just too much. It's so hard to keep up with everything. Yeah, my atmospheric black metal fans, this sounds like the album you really want to pay attention to this month. So yeah, that is Moonreich with Amer. Then we got Affect with Theory of Mind. UK projects. Sounds like we're going kind of progressive again. And the sugar-y. Ooh. Dang. This is like a deep chasm. God, so much good music today, y'all. I already have like my May list. At the time I'm recording this, it's pretty early in the month. And I already have my May list pretty full, but I might want to rearrange some stuff, because, man, there are some good things in this group. A little Meshuggah, a little Ulcerates. Very dark. Again, bringing those atmospheric qualities to it. Gnarly. And a lot of these too, like I usually have more projects where like the production kind of is a little bit iffy, but I'd say most of the projects today have been pretty strong on that front. Cool little opening there. Yeah, this is very Meshuggah here, but it's like a much more like dark and extreme sounding version of it. Like Meshuggah I describe as like fun. This is not fun. Like this is just like darkness. Just pure unfiltered darkness. Not a single ray of light to be found. Yeah, they're just like falling into this like chasm. Sounds fantastic. So yeah, that is Affect with Theory of Mind. Then we have The Under with the Fathom EP. Out of Massachusetts. Eclectic metal band forging a distinctive sound. Ooh. More cool technical bass work here. Another very cool, very classic progressive style cover. Bringing those more kind of classic heavy metal vocals, which are always hit and miss for me, again. But this bass, man, this bass is just killing it. Yeah, musically pretty interesting. Definitely more on the kind of progressive rock end of the spectrum, which is fine. The music's kind of infectious. Again, I'm not 100% sold on the vocals. They're not bad, they're just like... I've just never, like, found much appeal in that style. They're well performed. Let's see what else we got here. Some kind of, like, math rocky sounding stuff here, too. I like the guitar work. The drumming also, I haven't mentioned the drumming, but there's a lot of strong technical work going into the drumming. Well, I liked that vocal layering there. That was a nice little touch. This song's kind of reminded me of something. I can't think of what. Fun little techie parts there. Yeah, it sounds good. Like, again, I might... Maybe the vocals will grow on me, but musically it sounds really good. That is The Under with the Fathom. Alright, we have Kriegsgrave, or Kriegsgrave, with Fires in the Fall, out of Dallas, Texas. And more atmospheric, atmospheric Blackened Doom. Another very cool cover. That's beautiful. I love how they played with the lighting and the shadows here, and how they matched the fire with the band logo. That's a cool, very aesthetically pleasing color choices here. A little bit of that kind of dissection energy, but sort of broadened out with the doom elements. Different production choices here too. Like, this one's significantly quieter than those other albums, which can open up room for a lot more dynamics in the waveform. Overall sounded pretty strong. Drums got a pretty decent kick to them. What else we got here? Again, full album will most likely be up by the time this video is up. Yeah, more for you progressive, your atmospheric black metal fans out there. Ooh, Hell yeah. There we go. Kind of panopticon sounding guitar riff there. I like that. Ooh. Some kind of melodic death metal guitar work in there too. Man, so much good stuff. I know they put Doom in their tag, but like this is the Doom elements are enough of almost like a garnish that I'm enjoying it more. Man, so much stuff. Ooh. This little D-beat section here. I like the echoey vocals. You know, it also reminds me a little bit of Vuada. This part especially. So there's some parts on the first Vuada EP. Big pounding toms on this part. Oof, those riffs. Man, y'all killing me with so much good music. Like, it's so hard to stay on top of all of it. But yeah, that is Kriegsgrav, or Kriegsgrave, with Fires in the Fall. Then we have Wisdom Without Worship, with The Only Law is Opposition, also out of the UK. Interesting cover on this one. We got genre-wise here. Extreme metal, two-piece. Getting some kind of noise rock influences here too. Chaos in the tags, okay. Interesting production job again where they, oh man. The guitars are very much like way in the back. But it gives it this weird like dreamlike quality. Very nightmarish. Is this fully instrumental or are there vocals here? It's interesting. Oh no, there's vocals. I would say this is a case where the production, I think, works. It's got this more living, harrowing quality to it. So it's making me feel kind of unsettled, to be honest. The band seems like it'd be interesting to see live, but I almost just laying in the dark with this in my headphones, like, I think it would give me legit nightmares. Boy, we've really run the gamut today in terms of like more straightforward stuff to just like batshit insanity. Weird, gnarly, fitting to this album art too. Like, there's just something uncanny about this image too that fits the music really well. Beyond the Base Urges, I like that title too. Got some other cool album arts on here. Yeah, weird, wild stuff. You want something more experimental and odd? Check out Wisdom Without Worship, with The Only Law is Opposition. Alright, then we have Mothman and the Thunderbirds with Gazer. For like a electronic type deal. Okay. Doom. But not exactly. Rock metal band. Okay. A little different than some of the other stuff today. I wasn't expecting this, so I'm like, what do I want to say about this? don't know. I'm trying to decide what I would compare this to. I like that guitar tone. Oh, themes around cryptids. That's kind of fun. It makes sense with the band name now. What? Hit the ground running. Oh my god, it's actually an all-star cover. That's hilarious. Not sure where that fits in with the cryptids, but okay. I mean, the sense of humor and the weirdness of it kind of reminds me of like Primus or Mr. Bungle, but it doesn't really sound like either of those. Okay, and this is the Birds cover, which I thought sounded a little familiar. It's interesting. I mean, it's definitely one of the more unique things I've heard in a while. And we got an instrumental one here. So basically a single. But yeah, count me intrigued. Like, it's different. It's a little weird. But it's interesting, and it's pretty eclectic, too. So, yeah, there's Mothman and the Thunderbirds with Gazer. Then we have Mountain Hermit, The Last Weapon, with Echoes of Enigma, A Journey Through Shadowed Realms. It's just an intro, so I'm going to skip forward here. Ooh, longer tracks here. It's a group out of Rome, Italy. Black metal. With some side projects listed, too. We're going for more of a ambient black metal, it seems like. Big drawn out doomy stuff. Depressive. Oh yeah, this is more of that misery porn music, as I like to call it. Now, are all the tracks like that is the question. Yeah. Lots of ambient elements here. Which y'all know, not my favorite thing, but there are fans for everything. As far as what it's going for, I feel like it's hitting the target. It's kind of hypnotic there. Spooky. Spooky, creepy. Okay, we got some almost like dungeon synth elements here. Yeah, I don't have like feedback in terms of like something sounds off. I think production-wise, it's good for this style. It's got solid atmosphere. Oh, I see. These last two tracks are actually The Last Weapon. I forgot it was a split. So Last Weapon seems like they're more of a synth project. Yeah, dungeon synth. Yeah, interesting matchup, because these are much more kind of melodic and sort of peaceful and serene, whereas Mountain Hermit is a lot more creepy. But yeah, Mountain Hermit, The Last Weapon. Echoes of Enigma, A Journey Through Shadowed Realms. Then we have Raise the Altar with Elysian Tyrant for their single Sifting Through the Ashes of Arcadia. Off of Raise, it's a UK project, experimental metal project, heavy influences from industrial new metal, deathcore, hard rock, and more. Definitely hearing that diversity of styles here. Some symphonic elements again, too. Solid guitar work. Neoclassical vibes with the little flourishes of symphonic elements. little bit of like brand of sacrifice in there. Alright, see these guys opening for like Shadow of Intent, Lorna Shore, Brand of Sacrifice, all the usual characters. A little bit of Mental Cruelty too. Hitting the falsetto. That was a little bit more Flesh God. Yeah, I like what I'm hearing. Definitely interested to hear more from this. We got some organ in here. Solid outro too. Yeah, I like that. That was Raise the Altar with Sifting Through the Ashes of Arcadia. Then we have Ritual Awakening with Yokai. Like this purple scheme here. The cover there. One-man melodic death metal project of San Diego. Going for that kind of Black Dahlia murder sound. Production could use a little work. It feels a little thin. But as far as the guitars, drumming, vocals, liking what I'm hearing. Definitely see this getting the crowd moving. Impressive for just one dude, too. Let's see what else we got here. That's a cool riff, I like that. Different kind of opening. Yeah, more melodic for this one. This one's a bit more metalcore. Almost reminds me of like a Killswitch Engage song or something. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, Vast Giant's Feast. Getting heavy again. Big atmospheric guitars with all the reverb on this part. Yeah, this sounds really good. I like what I'm hearing here a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think the only feedback I have is potentially just tweaking the production just a little bit. Like, it's almost there. And then, yeah, just, ooh. Little bass break. Yeah, just getting the marketing going around it. But yeah, loving this. Sounds really good. Ritual Awakening with Yokai. Then we got All Against with The Day of Reckoning. This reminds me of one of the, one of the I might know this album artist, potentially. Misery Index, that's what I'm thinking of. There's a Misery Index cover that looks a lot like this. One of their better albums, too. This is from Lisbon, Portugal? Yeah. Also kind of groove metal-y, too. Liking it so far. Fits in that kind of later decapitated Lamb of God kind of realm. Big wailing guitars. acoustic intro here. Mass Murder Policy is a fun title. Kind of a Amon Amarth riff on this one too. It's a very kind of Deceiver of the Gods, or when Blackbirds Cry. Is that the name of that song? Vibes of that stuff. Cool drums on this one. Getting the toms going. Got my head bobbing, that's for sure. D-beat, always the way to my heart, as you all should well know by now. Hell yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is really fun. Production's pretty good. Songwriting's fun. Good dynamic changes. Okay, we got a little... Interesting. That's just a short intro, isn't it? Okay. I'll have to like sit and actually listen to that part. I like the kind of like hardcore energy in some of this too. Very much this type of stuff I was listening to a lot around like 2004. Hits a soft spot. Yeah, I might spend a little bit more time with this one. That is All Against with The Day of Reckoning. Then we got Heartlay with Sovereign Soar. Ooh, are we getting a little industrial? Alternate mix of subgenres here. This is a little Rob Zombie right now. Very industrial metal photo too. This chorus is very orgy. Speaking of 2000s. Maybe it's just my headphones or my system, but the bass feels a little blown out the way I'm listening to it right now. Otherwise, I'm liking the sound of it. I like this cover too. Yeah, very 2000s industrial rock and metal. Yeah, that chorus is super, like, candy-ass era orgy. Good groove on the guitars. Nice little spooky synths. We need more industrial metal, though. There's just not... There's, like, barely any. And even that Godflesh album, like, it was good, but it wasn't, like, great. So I've been thirsty for more. And I like what I'm hearing of this one. It's fun, too, because I usually make the, like, Manson comparison, Nine Inch Nails comparison, Skinny Puppy. Those are, like, the three go-tos. But I don't think I've had an orgy comparison. At least not in a while. I like the fullness of the sound too. There's like a lot of layers in terms of the synth and everything. Like the rumble of the bass on this one. Some good layering of the vocals, a good interplay of the guitars and the bass. I actually like this a lot. This is like really tapping into a sound that you don't hear nearly as much anymore, but was like huge when I was in like middle school and high school, and then just sort of like went away, just petered out. Not exactly sure why. Yeah, another one, I think I'm going to spend more time with this one too, sure. That is Heartlay with Sovereign Soar. We've got Malaru with Lichten out of Agrigento, Italy. More spookiness. Another split. A very classic black metal looking cover. And the band name means Ill Omen. Originally started in Sicily. It's gonna be more like dungeon synth vibes. Where are we going with this? Nope. Now that's a falsetto. Oh god, we've got a Zodiac style kind of photo here. Raw production. Got some old speed metal influence in here too. Just wailing guitars, raging tremolo lines. I like the production sound on this one too. Another good example of like raw production done right. They have a Devo cover for Mongoloid. Oh, that's funny. Black metal Devo. Okay. This is working probably better than it should. Interesting. Yeah, considering they're kind of like punkier influences, I could see it. Yeah, that's fun. Not a mashup I would ever expect, but that it works. And then we got Lichten. Good opening scream there. Going a little doomier for this one. Good atmosphere on this one too. This is another one, the bass feels like it's like kind of overwhelming the mix a little bit on this part. And it's making the drums feel a little bit more flat. And we're losing the guitars, so I'm toying with the levels a little bit on the mixing and production end. But I dig the overall aesthetic of it. Yeah, I think it's that bass kick is just like overwhelming everything else. I like those echoey guitars. Screams sound really good. I like these kind of folkier, melodic guitars. Yeah, the performances are good. It's just maybe toying around a little bit more on the production side. A more melodic outro too. But yeah, that is Malaru, I'm probably still pronouncing that poorly, and Lichten or Lichten. Then we have Nephropexy with Spreading the Disease. A very Cannibal Corpse looking album cover here. Lovely. Mass Murder. London, UK. Oh yeah, getting brutal. It's like early Cannibal Corpse. I think the production sounds a little flat. Fill out that guitar tone a little bit. As much as I love a good pingy snare drum, it's a little too high in the mix, I think. And the bass drum, by comparison, is way too clicky. But hey, some just classic, just brutal death metal. Yeah, that snare drum is just like overwhelming everything. Bring it down a bit. I like the vocals. I definitely hear the potential here. But yeah, I think, again, mixing and production side of things needs a little work. Definitely gnarly. Fits the album cover. It's an interesting little run on the guitar. Yeah, gnarly. What else can I say? That is Nephropexy with Spreading the Sickness. And then we have Well Don't with The Ceaseless One. Out of Chicago, Illinois. My old stomping grounds. Not anymore. One-man project. Very, Danny Elfman. Oh, okay, not anymore. Getting that genty guitar in there. Ooh. This is interesting. Okay, going more of a deathcore direction now. Which is in the tags. Orchestral death metal also in the tags. Trying to rival Will Ramos with these snarly vocals. Another one though, production side. I'm already hearing the foundations of some pretty cool stuff on the performance side. Love a good song named Wendigo, as always. But it's very, the mix is very scratchy, a little muddled. Yeah, everything's just kind of like convulsing together, not in the best way. Bass is just like a little too blown out again.
But you said he was your friend.
When I find him, I'll drive a stake through him, just like all the others.
Always good to hear that voice. I like these vocals, but again, like they're... everything's getting buried because it's just so muddy. But again, another one I hear a lot of potential here. For both heaviness and atmosphere. So yeah, keep it up. Toy with some production, get some feedback, learn from others. Come back again. I'd be interested to hear more. But yeah, that is Well Don't, which is a fun band name too, with The Ceaseless One. Alright y'all, I think that's plenty for this month. Thank you as always to those of you, the real ones, watching these segments. That's, you know who you are. And feel free to support on Patreon as well. Patreon, as it is actually called. And just drop a comment, drop a like, and there's a whole playlist of these if you're new here and you want to watch more. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off, and I will see you in the trenches.